All righty. Good morning, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful morning. Hope everything started out well for you. And I just want to say welcome to this broadcast. What's happening today is I'm going to give you a little background because we're 1 week away from the financial literacy and cash flow event. And I just want to kind of give you a prelude and also at the same time a review of some of the content that's in the financial literacy book and the new things that you'll hear at the conference. You hear that at the conference. So let me get some things up here. This is going to refresh your memory about the things that you learned in the Gold Edition financial literacy, and help us to refresh and renew and get ready for the additional things that we actually learn. So that's important that we understand that. So let's hear the file here. Sometimes these computers don't always want to cooperate when you're just in the flow of it. There we go. Share the screen. Here's the window. Okay, so this is boom. All righty. So this is a digital version of itself. It is so you can see some of the things there. All right, so here's the book, but I have some notes that I prepared from this Kindle version, and I'll just go over some of the highlighted things. So the first item here talks about this is what has caused the financial crisis. Just remember, according to the study that was done, what concluded the financial crisis was human nature, action, inaction of the individual, as well as society's irresponsibility to account for human weakness. So, what caused the financial crisis was that thing, not necessarily the market doing this thing and not doing this thing. It was people. It was people. So the market is just a thing, an object, just an event that occurs, regardless of regardless of what's going on. There's people affecting or not affecting the market that cause it to happen. So we have to understand that it's not the market, but it's people in the market that cause it to go up and down. We recognize that it's just a system, people affecting the system. Then we know, okay, I need to recognize that, acknowledge that, and know there's something I can adjust to. So when you look at financial literacy, and that's another big thing, because financial literacy is something that's plastered everywhere, but we got to understand the purpose and meaning of it. And this is where the meaning comes from. So financial literacy is the ability for the individual to gain access to economic information and make use of its concept. And that was research that done for Saban and Kirshner in 2008. When you have the book, in the back of the book, it'll give you all the research sources that I use to get to that definition for it. Sometimes now, when you hear people say financial literacy, they're referring to a daggone product, or they use a product or a service that they do. It's not necessarily a definition that you can follow. This definition you can follow no matter where you are, no matter what you do. So you'll be able to gain access to the information, then make use of the concepts. No matter where you at, what company you work for, what you're doing, that's a principle. So it's not a product or service. being able to gain access to economic information to be able to use it. Another thing you want to remember, um, different levels of how you determine where you are wealth wise. Uh, now, God dropped this in my spirit. It talked about Job had abundance, Abraham was rich. Um, well, first Job had substance, Solomon had great abundance, and then Abraham was rich. So substance, abundance, and riches. Again, this is just all summary of things that we already read in the book. If you haven't read the book, then you got to read it. Reading is fundamental. So you're looking at where you at. Substance is for you and yours. Abundance is for you and other you. And you have help others. Riches helps you empower others. You use your substance and your abundance to empower others. That's when you're like a philanthropist. You can give away millions and don't miss a beat. You can start other corporations. You can start fund other countries. That's when you got the. That's when you get riches. Substance is you and yours. Abundance, you can help you and other people. That's like substance. Abundance is like no debt. Yeah, I mean no debt. Your house paid off, car paid off, everything's paid off. You flowing cash. You got cash. But when there's riches, you are a philanthropist. You got enough to give. Really, you can start a whole new, church, whatever you start a whole new. Some people give away 25 million like it is nothing. You give away 25 million, yeah, you balling. But you got to know where you fit, understand where you fit, and don't be pulling people from the left like you think you got riches. Well, yeah, I can't give away 25 million. I'll be straight with you. But I know that's what I've seen. I know that's what this been placed in my spirit, and I acknowledge it. I know where I'm going. I know where I'm at. I know where I'm going. But be able to recognize and identify that. Another good one, and that there's simple evidence that we have learned to achieve the bath analysis out there, and it's for the future. We are the future aristocrats that are out there. When you have gotten out, you got the knowledge, you got the understanding, and you're working it, that makes the biggest difference. How do you know you're working it? You have six figures cash on hand yourself. You minimum limited debt. You know you're going in the right direction, and you'll be able to teach and share with other people so they can gain it. So I know a little something, something. I'm not saying I don't know it all, but I know some. I know because I've been helping myself and others get to a level of success that helps them gain more as well. So next week, well, this is today is it on the 16th. On the 16th, that's when you're going to get it. You'll get to learn. Yeah, and that's my golden edition book that you're gonna learn about. And within the golden edition, and I like the fact that God has given it to me three ways. I have a gold edition, and that's the first step to getting the information. Next week you'll learn about something else that's coming out, and it's a three. I have a trilogy of books that's going to help me share the information, share their knowledge that God placed in my heart to be able to share with others. Then we move on to the story about we talk a little bit more about Abraham and his riches, being rich at Abraham's standard. Um, I move on in the learning process. Um, we looked at let's see here, having a diversified portfolio. Now, some people think that when you are accumulating wealth, they think of one way of doing it. But when you start to gain your riches, you have to be a diversification. Like Abraham in Genesis, Abraham talks about being very rich, but it depicts he has cattle, silver, gold. These are all different means or measures of accumulation that you have to say you're wealthy. So it's not just I got a house. Only houses can make you wealthy. Oh, I got some stocks. Only stocks can make you wealthy. Oh, I got something over here. You actually need a little bit of it all to be wealthy. Now, that's just one thing that's going to make you ultimately wealthy. You got to have a little bit of everything. Just homes alone are not going to make you wealthy. Not stocks alone are going to make you wealthy. Not having um, cars alone going to make you wealthy. A little bit of everything will get you there, and not just one. One can get you the most, and then you take that one item to help you buy into the other item. You got a house, got equity. That equity can help you do other things. You got stocks. The stocks can get you enough to make you go into other items, other areas of wealth as well. So, is you can have a one set mind, but that one set mind can get you someplace. And once you get to that place, you can branch yourself out. You have to have that mentality. But if you one way, no, it won't work out long term. And there are different cycles. There are different repetitive cycles that continues from one generation to the next to the next. So when you have that way of creating wealth, you have that knowledge of creating it. You have to be able. What makes it um, how you repeat generational wealth when one generation understands it and learns it and give it to the next generation. If we are unable to recreate what we learned in one generation and share it to the next generation, that's another way things falter. The next generation shouldn't have to start off in welfare, and then the next one starts off in welfare. That's not good. Shouldn't be that way, but that's how things kind of falter throughout one family to the next. Uh, one family, one person. If one family never had a degree, the next family no don't go to school, don't get some extra training, that and makes things fall apart. The one person in the family, one person in the family go to school, be happy that you've gone to school, but do something with it. Because just having a degree don't make you successful. But you with a degree can make you successful. So don't look at it, oh yes, I got my degree. Yes, I got it. Do something with it. You got a degree for you. You didn't get a degree to go to the job. You got a degree for you to make you better. That's for you. Now you got to make it better for your family, for everyone. That's for you. Let's not go give it to some man. Work for the. Oh, that's another story. All right. Okay. Uh, then uh, I did my study. When I did my study, I did it on what's called phenomenology, and that's really lived experiences. So I wanted to experience what people were living at the time as far as like finance. And sometimes a lot of the financial studies that were out there, they would actually do a test. And this is how they figure out you do or don't know finance. What is this right here? And then you'll go down, I don't know. Um, what do you do right here? No, I wanted to know what you knew. I said, tell me about this. What do you know? Tell me about that. What does this mean to you? That way, you pull out what's in the person and let that person tell you about it, so you can find out what the theme is, what they're finding, what they're not finding, what they. So that way is more what they call inductive. So in my inductive approach, you may not be able to see all the words right there, but it's purpose. So what I found was that uh, believers um, there are five reasons that believers need to understand or need to get a handle on um, finance. One, they need to validate the testimony, and that's the third John 3:1. We have to validate. The scripture says we're supposed to be wealthy. Do it. You don't want to have the wealth. You don't got to keep it. Give it back. Give it back to God. The church needs it because we have to win more souls for Christ. Two, the platform and influence. Someone that's wealthy is able to speak to more people. People kind of seek out those that are wealthy, talk to other people to be able to speak to. You get to speak to more folks that way. Number three, you can provide resources for expansion. The funds you're making, if you I don't want to be what Some people see that. I don't want to be wealthy, but you got the power to do it. Get the wealth. You can expand more for the kingdom. But when you're in a negative state, you can't be a benefit. That's the fourth thing you got to watch out for. If you're in a negative state, you can't be a benefit to you or no one else. If you're burdened with debt, if you're burdened with bills and you can't get out, I mean, you can't help yourself, and you can't help nobody else. Your car's stuck in the sand, you ain't going nowhere. And you got a flat tire and you can't buy a tire, you are stuck. So I mean, you can't benefit you or nobody else. So you don't want to get into this spot like that. And the point, realize that it's already been paid for. It's already been purchased. Christ already paid for it, and do it. You already paid the price. Somebody gonna bail you out of jail. You got bailed out. No, you already got bailed out. You ain't got to turn around. Like, oh, you pay me. No, Jesus already paid the price for you. He paid the price for you. So thank you, Jesus. Keep rolling, do that work for you. So 5 reasons. 1, validate the scripture. 2, you become a platform of influence. 3, you provide resources for expansion. 4, if you're in a negative state, you know use to yourself or anyone else. And 5, realize that you provide has already been provided for you and purchased. Those 5 reasons. And once you understand that, you say, okay, I got it. Let me get going. Let me get things done. All right. And let's see. Last thing I want to share with you is about how the financial education needs a model of learning, and learning that encompasses common sense and but with a non-common subject matter that involves engaged learning and recreate principles outside of the realm where you have to create it or learn it from. That's part of the seminar. You're going to learn things in a seminar that you'll be able to grab hold of it and then be able to teach it to someone on the outside. That's my purpose. It's going to be an understanding. Even though I have a PhD, I'm a simple-minded guy, and I like to take what you learn and be able to share with someone else. And then you can take my book with you when you go. Well, you got to purchase the book. That's our entry fee. Can't give it for free. Wish I could, but God, no. You got to buy the book. $20. If you can get it online, it's in my link in the feed here. You can get the book. And you read the items that's in there. It's going to cover the things that we talked about here. And then you get the book, you read it, and you have more insight. At the event, I'm going to introduce 2 other special things that's going to occur. And then you'll have other ways of learning more about it. You'll learn some good stuff. I'm letting you know you're going to learn some good stuff. You're going to have fun, and it's going to make sense to you. Because that's what I do. I make finance simple and easy. I make understanding gaining wealth and being able to get it, give it, get more, and then give it again. Because that's what Dr. Blake is about. Making sure we get it, making sure we give it, making sure we get more and give some more again. That's just how I roll. All right. With that, this has been Dr. Joe Blake, the Accidental Financial Literacy Center. And now helping you get your financial point across. I want to say this has been a wonderful hanging out with everybody, and we look forward to seeing you September 16th. See you there.